Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Today is a very important day in that I am finally starting to build the new doors to go in here. There has been a long wait for this, and it's just been really intimidating because these are going to be the first sort of finished part of the shop that's going to be visible to the world, so I want to make sure I do a good job. I'll be building these doors with a frame made out of white oak that I picked up from a local yard, and the white cedar that I picked up from Arabella in episode 2.5 of this series. They're going to go in this opening. They will both be roughly 4x8 when all is said and done, so they're going to be heavy. But the first thing I need to do before any of that is establish the new door frame that's going to go in behind me. So first thing first is to cut out the sill that's going to go at the bottom. In order to actually fit the sill and the doors and everything, I'm going to finally need to get rid of these temporary offshoots of the sheathing that I left on. They were helpful because they kept the tie back from flapping around too much. So it's going to be an annoying couple of weeks while I'm getting these doors put together, but I don't really have much choice right now, so that is what we're going to do. It's actually already level, which is great, because it means I don't have to shim the bottom of it. I did a pretty good job leveling out the sill beams when I put them in, but it's always a bit of a crapshoot with this building. I'm going to pick this back up, plane the bevel on it, get it primed and painted, and we'll get it installed. Now before painting, there's the critical step of adding the slope on the front of this. Originally I was going to do this after, but it's just easier to do now before I paint. On the windowsills that were a little more manageable in size, I did this via the table saw with an angled blade. But it doesn't really have to be perfect, and as long as it's vaguely sloped, I'm happy, so I think power planer will be easier just because this is a bit unwieldy on the table saw. This one's a bit warped. It's one of the floorboards that I rejected from the floor. But it's the last piece I got, so we're gonna make it work. Now with the threshold taken care of, it is time to start thinking about the doors themselves. You can see 5 of the 7 big boards of white oak I bought. These were about $115 a piece, so I want to really make sure I'm using them as effectively as I can. They're obviously a bit wide, not a whole lot longer than I need the tall ones to be. So I think the most important thing to do first is to decide which ones are going to make up the 4 verticals. There's 2 for each side of each door. Or 2 for each door, 1 on each side of each door. Now, I put them through the planer as much as I wanted to, in essence, and on a couple of the boards, they just still had a little bit of waviness in them. I'm really not worried about it, because I'll just sand it down and it'll look fine. It's not going to affect the structure of it at all, as long as I have good flat reference faces, which I do. I'm not too fussed about that. So, and that just saves me from having to run it through the planer a billion more times to get that last, tiny bit out. But out comes the really difficult thing, which is going to be cutting these or jointing these. Oops. Well, it took some finagling, but the final dry fit of one of the doors is done. Tomorrow I have a little more time, so I will hopefully be able to get the panels in the other one, and then see about maybe getting one of them finally assembled. Very exciting stuff. All right, that's one door assembled. Had a minor incident where I blew out the bottom of over here, which once the epoxy dries, I will flip over and we will figure out how to deal with that. Hopefully it is solvable and doesn't completely destroy everything. I think it'll be okay. And yeah, and then I just got to get the other door put together, which I will probably not film because it's going to be exactly the same process as this, except hopefully easier. And then we will get them hung up. Yep, it is. There we go.
Thank you, sir. Can you reach back a little bit?
You gonna be able to get it?
Looks like wobbly forward.
I think wobbling might be the way. Yeah. I didn't put extra handles on the door for lifting purposes. Alright, so in an ideal world it would be there. How's that level wise? That was pretty good.
Pretty centered.
Okay, yeah, that should be fine.
Now,
Alright,
now,
well
the,
then.
now the other important question is there enough post?
There'll be.
No,
there'll be
there
enough
is,
post,
there
yeah.
is. Definitely.
So let's see if we can get just a, I mean, even like a millimeter of shim,
Yeah,
kind of,
okay,
even,
yeah.
but evenly across the
You
whole
ready?
bottom of the door.
Evenly across the whole bottom of the door.
Yeah, right. Because that way you can actually
Yeah.
move smoothly.
You good?
Yeah.
Screw all. There's a bit of tension. I know.
Someone hold the door. Hold the door. Wow, that was so hard.
For sure, it'd be pinned in there.
Oh. Well, assuming the door opens. This door's gonna open. Hell or high water, this door's open. If I have to dental floss it with sandpaper underneath it, it's gonna open.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm not doubting that it might be a problem. However, one way or another, this is happening. Come on.
Hammer, just work smarter, not harder. Tap it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you'll just need a hammer to open the door too.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but try it.
That works.
Hallelujah and the saints be praised!
How is that good?
Hot damn!
It's so good.
All it took was all
It's a
three
little,
of us.
it's a little tiny. No, that's not. That'll wear through to wherever it needs to be.
I think it's hitting the top.
No, it's the top, dude.
Oh, is it?
It's the
Okay.
top,
Well,
yeah.
then that's,
You can see
that's
the.
yeah. Then I should know that too. Watch your hands on the little riser block.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I got help. No, doing this on top of the extension cords. That's fine. They're meant to be durable. Or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't look. I mean, we drive our cars.
Okay.
Our
Let's not.
cars do not have corners.
Okay, let's not keep it there.
Yeah, that's a fair point. All right, coming towards you.
Yep. I mean, alright, cord safe.
Yeah. What did we forget?
Oh, we don't need that again.
All three of us knew we had to do that, and all three of us forgot.
It
So,
didn't even come up.
no.
Yeah.
For the record, the screws this comes with are 1.5-inch wood screws, and I've gone with 3-inch heavy-duty construction screws instead.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've seriously beefed up the.
Yeah, what is going on?
Better save.
I don't know why this one can open out so much farther than the other one, but I decided to just stop asking any questions about this.
This door's gonna do whatever it wants.
What is that?
See how she goes, eh?
Why did we all become Minnesota?
I mean,
It's still good.
accent.
It's not. I mean,
It is riding up high on that one.
I've never seen a better door, except that one.
All right, well, this is the real moment of truth now.
That one's better for
Oh
sure.
yeah, now we got the real moment of truth going on here.
Oh yeah, just go ahead and you can just go ahead and close this one.
Yeah,
Close
yeah,
this one.
everyone goes.
Flush this one in. See how she goes.
Push.
I mean from just close it from the outside, man. Like
Will you stop
just
pushing
pull
around?
them close.
Yeah, we're good at the top. Not by much. Hold on, let me get this one where it's supposed to be.
About 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah, I mean it's really only at the very top.
If you want to if you take away those shims, and then tighten the top one tight, it might pull you enough to get there.
You might be right. I'll give it a shot. First,
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Don't stop.
I spent a lot of time fiddling with the fit to try to get them to line up in the middle, so I'm hoping this will be the one. Knock on wood. That's pretty cool! It's a door! 2 doors! Yes! So that about wraps this door up. It has been a long process that has required every step that has come before it in order for this to actually come together. And building these has consumed a huge amount of my summer. So I'm delighted that it's done, proud of it, but happy to move on to the next thing. I hope you all choose to stick with me for the rest of the journey. I've got more videos in the pipeline, including one where I work on the windows that I need to install here, among 100 other things. So again, thank you very much for watching. If you've made it this far, please consider subscribing and liking the video if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks very much. Have a great day.